All right, let's get right into it. We're going to talk about what might just be the most valuable, most in-demand tech career for the next few years.
Yeah, you've seen this, right? Jobs are disappearing. AI is replacing everything. This kind of warning is everywhere, and honestly, it can create a lot of anxiety, making it feel like we're all about to be out of a job.
But here's the thing, that's not the whole story, not even close. The reality is actually way more interesting, and believe it or not, it's packed with opportunity. You just have to know where to look.
See, it's not about jobs disappearing. They're evolving. And that's the key takeaway here. This isn't some kind of dead end. It's a huge transformation into something totally new. And frankly, something way more powerful.
So here's what we're going to cover. We'll look at how jobs are evolving, meet the new hybrid role that's emerging, break down the skills you'll need, talk strategy for your career, and wrap up with how to future-proof your path.
All right, first up, this idea that jobs aren't just vanishing. Let's really dig into what's happening beneath the surface, because it's less about what we're losing and way more about what's being created. Okay, look at this number, 39%. The World Economic Forum says nearly 40% of our core skills are going to change by 2030 thanks to stuff like generative AI. And notice the word they use, change, not disappear. This isn't about being replaced. It's a huge flashing sign that it's time to reskill for this new world.
So if skills are changing, what are they changing into? What does this new kind of professional even look like? Well, this is where we meet the role that's shaping up to be a total game changer, the full-stack AI cloud engineer.
The London School of Economics has a great way of putting this. They call it the hybrid professional. And it's not just some fancy, rigid job title. Think of it as a new type of professional, someone who can mix serious tech skills with real human problem solving. And, this is key, someone who works with AI like a teammate, not just as a tool.
Okay, that sounds great, but how do you actually become that person? What are the skills you need? Let's break it down into a clear, step-by-step skill stack.
Think of it like building something. There are 3 essential layers you need to put together to create a really solid future-proof skill set. Each one supports the next. First, you got to have the foundation, the absolute bedrock. We're talking core web development, HTML, CSS, SQL, a back-end language, and especially JavaScript. I mean, look at that stat. 80% of companies require it. These aren't just skills, they're the language of the internet. You can't build anything without them.
I love this quote because it's perfect for the next layer. The cloud. Think of it like the water system or the power grid. You don't think about it. You just turn on the tap. That's what the cloud is for modern tech. Mastering it isn't a nice-to-have anymore. It's the utility that powers, well, everything.
And here's the top layer, the real game changer, AI. But here's the twist. AI is your co-pilot, not your replacement. You have to learn to partner with it. You can't just rely on it without knowing the fundamentals. That's a huge mistake. The real power comes when you use AI tools to supercharge what you can already do.
Okay, so let's say you're building these skills. That's awesome. But now what? How do you actually turn all that knowledge into a great job? Because learning the skills is really only half the battle. This roadmap is a fantastic example. It's a concrete 12-month plan. In the first few months, you're learning the basics and building a simple portfolio. Then you move on to more advanced stuff like React and Node, building actual apps. And by the end of the year, you're working with databases and even contributing to open source projects. That's the kind of real-world experience that makes you job ready. And you're going to need that experience because, look at this, the modern tech interview is a marathon. You've got screenings, phone interviews, multiple on-site rounds. It's a whole process. This is exactly why having a killer portfolio and knowing your fundamentals inside and out is non-negotiable.
Here's another piece of strategy. You need to know where you fit in the company. Are you on a team that makes the company money directly, a profit center? Or are you on a team that supports the business, a cost center? As a full-stack AI cloud engineer, you're often building the product that sells, which puts you right in the profit center. And that usually means a faster track for growth and promotions.
And one more thing. You got to read the room. Is the company you're joining in peacetime? You know, comfortable, market leader, focusing on growing? Or is it in wartime, scrappy, fighting off competitors, maybe facing a big threat? Knowing the difference tells you so much about the company's culture and what they're going to value most. Okay, let's zoom out for the final piece of the puzzle. This is all about the mindset, because this isn't about just landing one job, it's about building a career that lasts, a marathon, not a sprint.
And here's the core of that mindset. Don't just get a job. Own your career path. You can't just sit back and wait for your manager to tell you what to do next. That's not a strategy. You have to be the one driving, the one looking for the next challenge.
This quote just hits it perfectly. No one cares about your career as much as you do. It sounds a little harsh, right? But it's also the most empowering thing you can realize. It means your career is truly in your hands.
So there you have it. The skills for 2026 are already here. The path is pretty clear, and the opportunity is just massive for anyone willing to evolve. This full-stack AI cloud engineer role, it isn't just a trend, it's the direction things are heading. So really, the only question left is, what's your first step going to be?